Everyone, on this episode of Tipple Theory, we're going to turn things upside down.
Tipple theory is the exploration of history and practice of creating alcohol around the world. On this show, we'll share some of the history of how your favorite beverages came to be, as well as techniques professional bartenders use to elevate your poison of choice into an experience worth savoring.
Hello and welcome to Tipple Theory with your VSOP hosts. My name is Sean, and joining me, as always,
I'm September.
I changed up the wording. Please visit tippletheory.com today to find other episodes and ways that you can support us, like saying hi on Discord or Patreon, doing that kind of stuff. So today's topic is pineapple upside down cake, hence the upside down in the intro. But before we dive into that, what you been up to, September?
Oh, stuff. I smoked bacon yesterday.
Oh, delicious.
So amazing. Like, I just, we're spoiled. We're a little spoiled.
How much bacon was it?
This time I did. I don't know what the final poundage is, but about 6 pounds. Yeah. Because I got like 11.5 pound, but then I trimmed some fat that I'm saving to make sausage, and then I did about 2 pounds of like niblets, which we had for dinner last night. I marinated them as with the same recipe I use for like boneless spare ribs. You know, the real red ones you get at, Chinese places.
Yeah.
But I don't use the food coloring because I don't. Why? But I've got a decent recipe for that. And I was like, oh, I went to a big Asian market, so I've got some good hoisin, and I have red wine in the house, and I'm going to make those. So I use that marinade, but I use like pork belly niblets. So kind of like a Asian version of burnt ends for dinner. So that was really good. But the other slabs of the nice trimmed up slabs have been curing for a week, and I smoked them up yesterday with apple wood. Yeah. So, there's that. I talked about the chef store last time, right? Like, so that's how you were asking how much I had.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Chef store is gonna be one of my new favorite places.
That's awesome.
Oh, and I did enter. I paid the fee and I entered the wing sauce competition. So that's coming up at the end of August, and I'll save other stuff for the next show. What have you been up to?
I got the book. So
cool.
Last episode we were talking about like the Alabama Slammer and the Playboy's Bar Guide by Thomas Mario, which I think is credited on most of them. So I think this is actually the original print.
It's pretty well used looking.
It's been well loved. Yeah, 1971. So first edition. So I don't feel as bad about not having my leather bound edition from 2002. Even though I do miss that one. I got an earlier one. So there we go.
Yeah.
So in it, we had talked about there was a reference to an Alabama. And I think we both kind of agreed that that's not really an Alabama Slammer.
Yeah.
But there was some weird picture and picture text on the website that was saying like, oh, it's this, but it's not really. But so I have it on here. I actually already had it bookmarked. So it was on page 42, like it was in the picture. And it says Alabama. You know what? I'm just going to turn it so I can be on mic and read it. So 1 3/4 ounce brandy, 1/2 ounce lemon juice, 1 teaspoon curacao, 1 teaspoon sugar, and orange peel. Shake brandy, lemon juice, curacao, and sugar well with ice. Strain into a pre-chilled sugar-frosted cocktail glass. Twist orange peel above the drink and drop into the glass. So no, it's not an Alabama Slammer.
No.
Not at all. No.
Not at all. Does it explain why it's called Alabama? Like, and is that, like, are they different states named after cocktails in that section, or why is it Alabama?
So there's different sections. So we're this is Alabama is the top of the brandy cocktail section, And so they're all alphabetical. But it goes Alabama, Bayou, Bombay, Brandied Apricot, Brandini, Brandy Alexander, Brandy Cassis, Brandy Gump. I mean, they're reaching with a lot of these cocktails. Oh, good. There's one called a Japanese. And not one ingredient that I could find that would have come necessarily from there. Brandy, orgeat, lime juice, Angostura, lime peel.
Why?
So I mean,
Okay.
and we had, for whatever Playboy did for culture, arguably, and probably not very well argued, it's an interesting guide to have as a historical reference, but it's
Oh
not like
yeah,
the
because it's gonna
best.
be very on trend
Yes, this
because
is
they're pulling them from the magazines
yeah,
and it was published so frequently, right?
yeah. Parents drinking in the 70s. Like this. I mean, this would have been actually. This is probably a pretty good reference for disco cocktails, to be honest. Um, it, I actually just
Probably, yeah.
randomly flipped through it and found like frozen lime daiquiri. Oh, I must be in a frozen section. Frozen mango lime, frozen peach daiquiri. Um, you're not going to find a daiquiri section that big in a modern cocktail book, especially
No,
not for frozen.
it's gonna have like, here's a daiquiri, and then put whatever you want in it. Like,
The Isle of the Blessed Coconut. I just like that. That's okay. I do like that. That's a cocktail name. So
okay,
yeah,
sounds like a Playboy article.
you
You
know,
wouldn't believe it happened to me.
right? Dear Playboy, I was on the island of the Blessed Coconut.
I love blessed coconut.
So yeah, so I got that book, and what were we thinking? The Alabama Slammer actually came in like late '80s, early '90s, probably.
Yeah.
And I think acquiring this is a good $5 or $7 well spent, including shipping, to confirm. But yes, indeed.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, this first reference. I'm like, I don't think that's the same thing at all.
Yeah.
I want to show you this. I keep forgetting to show you this before we get started. Look, I got the, and thanks to my friend Leon.
It sounds like you're unwrapping a hard
I
candy.
am.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it looks like it. No, but yeah, I had showed you the cool, awesome
yeah.
Coverville flask that Coverville gave me. Well, I was like, I don't know what came up, but Leon gave me a little
A flask
funnel, a
filler.
flask
Yeah.
funnel. Like, and I don't know, somebody gave it to him and he didn't need it or he had one. I don't know. I was sitting there going, man, I really need a funnel. I have like a couple of flasks and I don't. And Leon like pulls this out, still in its wrapper. And he's like, here you go. You can have this.
You know, it's
Okay.
weird. I
Awesome.
spent years never having one, and then within 2 or 3 years, I had like 4. Like, I don't know what's
I wonder
going
if
on.
that'll start happening to me now. Now that the seal has been broken and I have one. It's small enough to lose, so
But they're
maybe
handy. It's nice just having that, an inch hole to pour in versus a quarter inch.
yeah, like, and finding a funnel that has a hole that small is something. I did finally get a metal funnel also at the Asian Mart because, like, I don't know what it is. I go looking online and it's like a plastic for kitchen stuff, and they're all plastic. I'm like,
Yeah, plastic everywhere. It's kind
it's
of
annoying. Like, it's not even, I don't know, good plastic. Like, silicone isn't great for its own reasons for some food things. Like, it's great for not sticking, but then if there's temperature stuff, and then regular plastic, like, it gets infused or dyed with shit I'm doing because I'm doing all kinds of weird potions and shit. Like, it's great for dry ingredients, but yeah, so I got a metal funnel. I'm excited. I'm that nerd.
Oh, I think it's good. Metal funnels are nice. I have one too. I have one plastic and one metal one. And I like my metal one because there's like a little indent on the neck so that it can basically like burp itself, like while you're
Yeah,
filling. I'm like, that's really, whoever designed that was really
that's
smart.
smart. Yeah. I also went to TJ Maxx. I went to 2 different TJ Maxxes because it's the Halloween stuff is filtering in,
You
and I got some great kitchenware. I got, like, oil and
nice.
vinegar bottles, which I'll probably use mostly for shrubs and simples, that have bats etched all over them, and
Cool.
cool measuring cups that, like, I found one nestled in among the coffee cups, a 4-cup measure, and then the matching 2-cup one was on a rolling cart in the middle of an aisle, and they're, like, glass
Mm.
that is embossed like glass, like, so they won't wear the markings won't wear off, and it's got bats and spiders and stuff all over it. I'm so excited.
Cool.
Sorry.
No,
Kitchen witch, just a little.
just a tiny bit. That's all right. Just making some curses and some potions.
Guess I gotta.
All right. So I pitched today's subject cocktail, the pineapple upside down cake, uh, because it's one that I remember like early on in my drinking career. Like I remember that distinctly. And so like
Drinking career. It's like
right,
not your bartending career, but this was your drinking
right,
career.
right. As an avid fan before I went pro. So well, I guess we'll get into it because I was unexpected of how new this was. So I kind of went in and I was like, well, where did the cake come from? Maybe that's a good place to start. And depending on how you Google, for me, it was the original recipe for a pineapple upside down cake was, as claimed by Dole, came from a 1925 fruit Dole company competition to create like a recipe for the pineapple.
I mean, you gotta
Uh,
trust Dole. They would never steal anything.
right? Yeah, no, Dole has never taken anything that wasn't theirs ever in their lives. Awkward eye motion if you're listening in audio only. That's
Yeah.
we're doing a hard wide-eyed look off to the side.
Yeah, because I found when I Googled it, calls herself a food historian, a site that's like for the love of vintage cooking or something. I put the links in the show notes for those of you that like to look at that kind of thing. But she said there is no exact date then the cake was created, but most signs point to the 20s, which, that fits. But the earliest printings they found were in a 1924 Seattle charity cookbook under the name Pineapple Glacé, which, with what I learned about pineapple in the 20s, would make a little sense. And a 1925 women's magazine in a full page ad for gold medal flour. So for it to make it into a flour ad by the same year Dole, say that it came from a recipe competition. I'm curious who that person is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like maybe who submitted it to the competition.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
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 But I mean, I'd be curious, but it doesn't really matter because you can't copyright recipes anyway.
This is true. They can only be what, a trade secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I briefly like scooted over to the gold medal website and like, well, they have the recipe on there. Do they have a date? No, they don't. Okay, well,
Of course not.
it's worth a look. Didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some controversy right there with where did the cake come from? We do know that. Well, okay, I shouldn't say we do know. I know from personal experience that if you go look up pineapple upside down cake shots and or drinks, you will find various variations and things like that. And I have to say this. It is not pineapple vodka and maraschino juice or maraschino cherry jar drippings.
I mean,
I found like
okay, I've
very
never
like one of those
seen
very nice
pineapple.
like
I have seen pineapple vodka. Yeah.
white backed websites with like the script kind of font at the top, like Chelsea's home. When I like to settle down and have a nice party and maybe get a little lit. I like to make my version of a pineapple, or like the correct version of a pineapple upside down cake. And that was the recipe I pulled off of like one of those sites. But no, it's not a hard cocktail or recipe or shot.
That leaves out the cake element entirely.
So this is also weird. And like one of the modifications I was going to add for this, like when we talk about how would we modify it,
Mhm.
is the I would say the traditional, or and I can't even say traditional, but the recipe that I knew that I would generally see when I go to a bar and if someone's asking for that shot is vanilla vodka, pineapple juice, and grenadine that you kind of like let sink to the bottom of the glass. You kind
You
of pour it down
layer
the
it.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you layer it. So the vanilla vodka is what makes it kind of cakey, like that, and
Yeah, that's the cake element, like
some of the thickness of the pineapple juice.
because, like, the cake recipes is, like, if you use a box mix, even like a yellow cake, you usually
Mhm.
add vanilla, like, it's a kind of an
Yeah,
important element in the
yeah,
cake that it's supposed to taste like. Pineapple and grenadine alone wouldn't taste like pineapple upside down cake.
right. Not at all, not at all. So, so I just have to throw that out there. Like, if anyone listening goes and searches, it's not that. It's a simple 3 ingredient cocktail. However, what I was surprised by was how new vanilla vodka is. Bless you. Uh, so, I went to googling, and again, there's some issues you have to search in the Googles because if you say like, what was the first vanilla vodka? Bless you, Cariel, the brand Cariel shows up as the first vanilla vodka, which depending on actually even the site for that, they'll say it was launched in 2000 or started in 2000, launched in 2003. Um, and Grey Goose and Three Olives also came out with their vanilla vodkas in 2003. I remember having a shot before that. So I'm like, okay, this isn't right. Then I found out because I typed in vanilla. Stoli came out with vanille in 1996, which means somewhere between 96 and 2002 is when this cocktail or this shot at least became popular, let's say in Arizona. Because that's where I had it. So when I had it, I assumed that this is something that was well known, that had been around for a minute, and as far as I can tell, at least the vanilla vodka version, it
2003?
would have had to come out in that 6 year gap. I made it, I made it. I want to say
Yeah.
for a good solid time through my bartending career, up until I started working at fancy places that were like, we don't really do shots. We would just make really short cocktails for people we liked, not for the schmoes that would come in like, let's do some shots. No, sir. But so it's a roughly 26-year-old cocktail, maybe 29, somewhere in there, maybe 30 this year. So happy birthday, pineapple upside down cake.
my
This
my
is
son's no, he'll be 31 this year. Never mind.
right. He's doing those shots when he was one. Like, that baby can
No,
party.
just like I have I have kids. I have kids older than this cocktail.
Mhm. That is crazy to me because I just assumed that if I by the time I heard of it, it must have been something that's been around for a long time, which is I think kind of how young brains sometimes work. Uh, like with music from
Well, and you weren't like
yeah,
bartending yet, right?
no,
So you didn't really
true.
understand that like, okay, we got a new product in, which is kind of how I figured this started. Like vanilla vodka, what am I going to do with that? And you look around and you've usually got pineapple juice at the bar for any number of, tiki drinks and coladas and things. And you've always got grenadine for
Everything. A
Shirley
lot.
Temples, if nothing else. And
And for a Cosmo, if you're just running low on cranberry juice and you don't want to go to the fridge to refill it, like just throw some cranberry in there and they won't notice. I mean, they might, but if it's their second or third Cosmo, they might not notice.
grenadine in my Cosmo?
I'm you know what? I'm not admitting to anything. I'm just saying that.
No, I've had some real bad ones, and I'm thinking that's what's probably wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quit ordering them unless I'm not watching make them. So yeah, that was probably it.
It's possible. It's very possible.
So has it changed over the years? Yeah, I mean it's hard to find any timeline of this. I mean, you
Mhm.
found a timeline like a vague like when the vanilla vodka came out, and I think it just was brainstormed in bars from there, and um, of course got popular quick because pineapple upside down cake itself is something everybody has had or heard of. It's American, iconic American thing. Actually, interestingly, American the cake itself, this whole upside down cake thing, and you can make it with all different fruits. It was
Mhm.
really touted in like the recipe histories and stuff of like this being the ingenuity of Americans to like flip your cake upside down. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, but I did find some interesting variations, and a bourbon version, which
Hmm.
I was surprised by. Um, it didn't look bad, but I feel like again it would be missing. I don't know. Maybe it would add back an element that it is missing of that caramelized um, aspect of if you've ever had a really good homemade pineapple upside down cake. But some had egg white added, and I thought that was a really good idea. I
Hmm.
would still like I don't know, could you I guess you could layer it if you used a spoon. Because I love the layering idea instead of just a shake and shot, but I've most often seen it as just a shake and shot because or people shake it and then they pour the grenadine that's split in the
Yeah.
bottom. Um, but the egg white, like to just have this little bit of creamy texture going on to highlight like the vanilla aspect and richen it up does sound that sounds good to me. I was interested in that variation.
Hmm. No, that's the egg white is interesting. I'm curious as to how much egg white or like how 'cause it could get frothy for such a small little
Hmm.
shot. So obviously you'd have to, which not unusual, but you'd have to make 4 or 5 to
Yeah,
at a
and that's
time
I
to make
mean
it
that's how I
worth it.
usually see
Which
them made anyway. You
right,
just
yeah,
pour a
yeah.
whole row.
Oh yeah, I remember ordering like a round for like a bachelor party of 20. So
I've only ever
yeah.
had them in a round, like I was saying before the show, because it's like I it's not my kind of drink. Very, very sweet, and froofy and what I don't know, whatever. I don't know. It's not froofy. It's really trashy. But I don't like sugary alcoholic drinks for the most part, and yeah. But I used to hang out in this dive a couple years ago. I've quit going there now, but there's a lot of these kind of drinks, whether it's the elevator slammer or the l- lemon drops, green tea shots, which
Oh
I
yeah.
actually kind of like those. They're not super sweet. Um, and pineapple upside down cake. And there's a bunch of these sweet, fruity. And there was like, you want one of these? You're having one of these. You're having that kind of group
Yeah. Okay.
participation. Okay. I mean, if you're buying me a shot, I'm not gonna say no unless I have to drive. Which I usually don't. Because I have foresight. Um, so that's the only time I've ever had it is in that some bartender making a shit ton because people who are already drunk are just buying them for everybody because it's their favorite thing right then. I don't know what it is about these kind of shots.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird it definitely falls in that party shot category of things.
Yeah. How
Ooh.
would I put a twist on it?
Yeah.
I think I'd use some brown sugar and on pineapple, like slices or cubes, and torch it.
Almost like you're bruleeing the pineapple?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and either shake that in or to have it to stick on as a garnish because that caramelized sugar is like the best part of the cake. That evokes the cake to me. That's the whole point of making the brown sugar and butter in the bottom, of a cake pan or a thick skillet, and you put the pineapple slices there, you put your cherries there, some people put nuts there, and then you pour the cake batter on it, you cook it, you flip it upside down, and you get this caramelized sugar brown pineapple goodness on the top. Um, and that's the only thing it's missing that like these shots do taste like a pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah.
Generally. Um, ones with the cherries because of the uh, grenadine generally added. So I really, that's what I would do at home if I was going to make them. I don't think this is something that we catch on
At a
in a
bar.
bar. I mean, I suppose
Yeah.
if you were working at a place like you talked about where like we don't do shots, it's like not fancy, you could probably sneak it into like an aperitif, a drink, dessert menu by
Mhm.
doing some shit like that.
Yeah.
By caramelizing your pineapple and then it's a dessert, right? Like
No, I could yeah, I could see that, like, as a dessert cocktail on the dessert menu, and actually doing it, like, in a sipping glass, kind of in a martini glass.
yeah.
I think yeah, I think that would work. Um, and when you mentioned that, and I was kinda, like, mulling on, like, how would I modify it? Because one thing I like about the pineapple upside down cake shot is it's got the pineapple, and I guess it's got the cherry part, but, like, it's the flavor of it you necessarily wouldn't expect from the 3 ingredients that you threw in there. Which I also really like about the German chocolate cake shot, which is, Malibu rum, lemon juice, and Malibu coconut, lemon juice, and Frangelico.
Hmm.
Um, or wait, or is the lemon juice
Lemon juice?
oh, sorry, the lemon juice is the wedge on the side. So it's just the 2 liquors in the shot glass, and you put sugar on top of a lemon wedge, so you shoot the shot, bite the lemon wedge with the sugar on it, and it tastes like German chocolate cake, which
Huh.
is bizarre.
Yeah.
Uh, but, like, so I'm like, "Oh, maybe I'd, like, put, like" because the Frangelico, I think with the acid, it kind of makes a cakey feel in your mouth. I'm saying since pineapple's acidic anyway, or it's got some acid in it, like, I'm like, you know what? I might put, like, a couple dashes of Frangelico in there just to give some of that roundness that you would normally get, and then having that with the burnt pineapple or the bruleed pineapple wedge, like, as a garnish for the shot. I think that would be, like, right in line and make it even
Well,
more
yeah,
cakey.
and like walnuts or pecans, so almonds wouldn't be too far off, are a common addition to the cake itself. So
Yeah. Yeah, I so that's kinda what I was just thinking, like, as the show started, and I was looking at your notes, like, "Oh, you know what? That could actually bump it up a little bit if I was doing some sort of fancy shot place."
well, I mean, if you convert it to a cocktail, I mean, you've
Yeah,
got
well, yeah,
the caramelization, you're shaking it up, maybe add a little more vodka because you're going to put it in a sipping glass. It's not going to be shot, so you
yeah,
could have chilled glass, chill the cocktail, and have a little more, you know,
yeah, you
less
wouldn't have to
syrupy.
add
I would actually probably, I could even like it in that form.
yeah. Yeah, and then you can almost tone down the amount of grenadine you put in there because 'cause I've seen a lot of shot glasses where it's like it's the bottom quarter, and if I were making it for a restaurant, like, I would just enough to get, like, a little pinky bit at the bottom of a martini glass so you can see, like, a red dot down there.
Yeah.
And then throw in a maraschino cherry or do it with the pineapple as a flag, as the garnish. Yeah, and I seeing the next section, I would not make it alcoholic. This is not a drink that needs to
Not
be
an
made.
alcoholic. Yeah.
Not like yeah.
I
Sorry, yeah, I
mean,
wouldn't yeah. This doesn't need to be made into an NA thing because 'cause you're just drinking pineapple juice. Like, you could add a couple drops of vanilla extract if you wanted to,
yeah.
but,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
this
you want
is
to.
most 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 likely made as you were mentioning, like, as a conveyance for a new alcohol, a new liquor.
And, that's what a lot of these really sweet shots are,
Mhm.
like, how to drink a lot quick. You're tricking your brain into being able to, like, skip skip the burn.
Mhm.
Yeah. Blue whales, my,
Oh, man.
drink that I made that mistake with, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
still
thinking
don't
of,
even know
like,
what's in it. Everything.
the last time
Everything.
was Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
It's blue, tastes like Kool-Aid.
yeah. I'm thinking like
Drink
fish bowls.
way too many.
It's like the last thing that I saw that was like that. I'm like, guys, this is bad. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt one of you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh boy. It tastes like Kool-Aid and it's my birthday. So everyone's buying. Yeah, I was literally dancing on the bar. Like,
Yeah.
all right. I think it was 21.
Oh, that was like I
Might
was
have been
thinking
the
like, would you
21st.
have been younger?
It might have been my 21st birthday. Huh. Darn. That doesn't seem right because I was kind of already a regular there. However,
I made that mistake too. It's my birthday. How old are you? 21. You've been coming here for 2 years. Oh.
well, you can proof me now.
Right. I have a confession to make.
My cousin just came to visit me. We were talking about that because, like, he was talking about different colleges. He went to Geneseo and Brockport, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you were going there. That's when I borrowed your girlfriend's ID and went to see John Volby. I was like 15. I
Dr.
ended up on
Dirty John Valby?
stage. Yes.
Ha!
I ended up
Oh
on
man.
stage too, like singing with him.
Oh,
I was like illegally in this bar
hell yeah. I used to sing some
with
of
my
his songs
mom.
to like my guests when I was a raft guide.
I love that you've heard of John Volby. I freaking love John Volby. Oh my gosh. I've seen him a couple of times. I saw him then. I was working at
Oh,
Melody
wow.
Fair when he came through there. And I was working there, so I got a bunch of my friends to come. And they were all, I had a very different group of friends at that time. And they were all like very, very nerdy friends. And they were just shocked. And I ended up on stage again. I think I threw my bra in the audience. I don't know.
No, that seems that's what I would hope would happen at his shows. Yeah.
I don't know
That,
how I ended up singing with him the first time
oh,
either. I
wow.
saw
I think
him
actually
like
I sang one of his songs and it's kind of what got me into the singing group at the Renaissance Fair. Because I met some ladies that were at the same Irish pub that always had a session every week, and turns out a bunch of Rennies went there. It was just by ASU. Um, one of the ladies like dropped her purse one time, and I like helped her pick up her stuff, and she's like, "Hey, do you know how to sing?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm in theater and I'm a rap guide and I sing to people." So like we went outside and they're like, "Can you like?" And they're like, "Totally, this is not serious. We're just kind of curious. Could you sing something for us?" So I sang "Yo Ho" from John Valby. I put
uh
my hand upon her toe, yo ho, yo ho. So I sang him that song, not knowing the whole Ren Fair thing connection yet. And they're like, "That's awesome. Do you want to be in our singing group at the Renaissance Fair?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is just weird enough that I'm in."
excellent. I saw him often enough and knew him because I was local. Like he's from Rochester.
Oh,
So that's why I was
didn't know
like
that.
surprised to hear that you
Yeah,
knew of him. Although he did have some didn't he get some play on Dr. Demento? I don't know.
could have been. Honestly, I remember hearing his stuff because I think one of my friends downloaded one of his albums in the early Napster days and listening to it on a was it Winamp music player,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and just dying laughing. Like
Yeah,
this is the
super
best
funny.
thing
For
ever.
those of you out there who have not heard of John Volby, go ahead and Google that. Lots of fun, like
Yeah.
comedic, obscene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good pianist too. But yeah, if nothing else, get Jingle Balls, and you'll have some fun new Christmas music.
Honestly, like I can't. I don't know when the trend of piano bars came back again, but he would have been the king
Oh yeah,
of any piano bar. It's exactly what you want to hear.
yeah. Sing along parodies. So like, it takes not long into his obscene version of lyrics for everybody to be singing along because you already know the tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah, yeah. If Weird Al were rated R or NC-17 almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, R isn't high enough. Rated mature.
immature, or not the right word, however. So anyway, folks, fun facts didn't mention. Let's see, where am I? Apparently, pineapple was super trendy in the 20s, like like avocados are trendy now, right? Like,
Oh my
like
gosh, yeah.
yeah, and so it was considered an elegant dessert. Like in the 50s and 60s when it got really popular, and in my experience through the 70s, it was like your family, your mom would make it, your grandma would make it for, just family dinners, dessert. But apparently in the 20s, you'd save that's for company. Like you make that when the fancy people are coming. And for such a homey kind of thing, I just found that interesting that pineapple was like so trendy in the 20s. I didn't
Yeah.
dig into it. It might have just something to do with it being imported. Maybe Dole was pushing it so that people
Right.
would be less mad. I don't know.
Well, they had all that new farmland and they're growing tons of pineapples. They had to do something with them.
Had to do something. Convince people.
Right. We're never going to get sponsored by Dole. Just throwing that out there.
Not likely. God,
Okay.
I love Dole Whip though.
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it. So much.
Fair.
I would drive to Florida right now. Like,
For a hot minute, they were selling their Dole Whip mix, like during the pandemic. There might still be packets out there.
and I've seen it in the freezer section, but I've heard it's not the same. And I've been sent
Oh.
recipes like, you can totally copy it. I'm like, I really have it hard. I should try, but I don't believe it. And I think I would need a better blender than I have to try and pull it off.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't want to waste stuff and be disappointed either. Like I could save it. It's for
when
I get
it's
to go to Disney
special.
again.
Yeah.
Used to be my payday treat when I worked there. Every Thursday, get my Dole Whip. So, folks out there, please chime in. Email us at tippletheory@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, follow, and review us on your platform of choice, wherever you listen. And our next episode, we'll be talking about, is there a determiner? The mind eraser.
Please check out patreon.com/Tipple Theory today, where you can become a supporter and get access to video of our cocktail of the week being made and other behind-the-scenes goodies. Thank you to Scott Gesser for writing our theme music that you're listening to right now. You can find him and links to his music at scottgesser.weebly.com. Nice.